And I can hear a lot of artillery in this back. I saw so many dots. I do believe we have the UK special artillery ability, which gives them 2 25-pounders. And both Thompson-Nagant and Deathshand has activated that hero. So now there's 4 25-pounders on the field. That's a lot of artillery. And not a lot of artillery for Germany at the moment. Although this Nebelwerfer was fired into this area, it got a lot of kills if you look on the top left-hand corner. There's more light armor from Shooter approaching the right-hand side battlefronts. That's going to get right into Thompson-Nagant's grill. Hopefully, getting rid of the infantry in that area so he can move his own infantry into that zone and retake it. Currently, the UK seem to be capturing that right-hand point, which means their points will start ticking up. Although the central point has also been neutralized, which means now the points are going up for the UK. They have 3 zones, 2-2. Soon to be 5-2 if they can maintain it. This Panzer II Luke's too far forward. That gets taken out by an Achilles in the very far rear line for the UK. That could potentially take out this veteran Tiger. If it gets a side shot, if it gets close enough, which is possible, it can use its speed to do that. I have done that before in my time. I freaking love Achilles. I'd much rather get a tank destroyer with some speed than, like, let's just say a very heavily armoured tank. Although, you know, of course the situation calls for it. There's different times when you might need that sort of tank, but I just go for it anyway. I always go for the speedier tanks. I drive right into the side, get a good shot. It's very easily to penetrate that heavy armor and then just try and return home. Sometimes I get away with it, sometimes I don't. You know, hit and miss. I just try to have fun no matter what. On this left, it seems like the UK have pretty much got firm control over here. And what do we have here? I've been given a supply truck. Ah, happy days. It seems like Underground General has refueled, rearmed his Nebelwerfer and given me my supply truck. And how did you know it's my birthday? According to Facebook, where I actually don't put my real frickin' details down, and everyone logs on and says, "Ah, happy birthday." It's not my birthday, idiots. Why? You should know me better. I don't just accept anyone on Facebook. Jeesh. Anyway, maybe I should help out this center with this supply truck. It seems like this soldier could use a little bit of cover. He's tossing grenades into the craters. I could definitely slowly move up with this supply truck and offer him cover. Let's go do that. And frickin' tree gets in my way. Oh, don't you just hate it? And apparently this supply truck wasn't for me. Dude, that's just mean. Don't get my hopes up like that. I wanted to make an impact on this battlefield. I don't know what the rules are against me using stuff that people give me. Maybe I'm allowed to do that. Maybe I'm not. Who knows what will happen on Inuki TV. Apart from this Achilles lurking in the back, trying to get a good shot off on the veteran Tiger, which has vanished from my view at the moment. Maybe it's retreated for a little bit while. Yeah, it's back here. How disgraceful is this site? Look, my freaking supply truck resupplying this veteran Tiger. It was never meant for that. It was meant for me. You double-crossing Underground General, you're my new enemy. Getting my hopes up like that. Never mind. This zone soon to be neutralized by the UK forces if that one guy can withstand a barrage of bullets. Hopefully this Volkssturm soldier gets on that machine gun. There we go. Volkssturm finally machine gunning that guy down and entering the zone themselves and now taking that. They need this point to equalize, stopping the Brits from gaining more points. Underground General has found some cozy little positions inside this zone, which means he's now taking that. And unless Deathshand gets in there and chucks a grenade or possibly uses his artillery barrage, wow, huge battling going on in the center. But also a huge blob. There's absolutely no cover here for the German forces at the moment. They need to get inside those trenches in the zone. We've got grenades going off. We've got buildings being destroyed. We've got artillery coming down. The world almost feels like it's ending. An Underground General not moving his troops. They were in a blob for some time. They tried to run into the safety of that crater. But no, that was even worse. We've got grenades throwing off. to the opposite crater. Getting rid of that infantry inside there, which means capping this area is a little bit easier for the Germans. So much casualties happening there, but on the left-hand side we've got a Cromwell from Deathshand. Sounds like a very godly, empowering name. Back here we have, it seems like a very forgotten about 222 that we saw right at the start of the game with that Panzer III. Maybe Underground General realizes he has it and it's just lurking there, waiting for an opportunity. Maybe he has completely forgot about it. Who knows when it shall appear. We've got some more car explosions happening. Is this the third Crusader AA tank? Maybe it's the second. I'm losing track. There's so much carnage on the field. Who cares? I want to see some more destruction. Tiger trying to get a shot on it. Unfortunately, it's thwarted by some sort of tree or wall or building. Just drive straight through it. Show that building who's boss. There's two tank crew just hanged on the back of that veteran Tiger along for the ride. Little do they know that they might just run into some danger. We had another explosion in the back. I hope that's not the Crusader tank. I really want to see that destroy this veteran Tiger. Not going to happen. There's a Cromwell chilling in the back, shooting some b-ball outside of school when a couple of Nebelwerfer shots were up to no good. Started taking zones in my neighborhood, and it took one little grenade, and my mom got scared, and she said, "Achtung, los schnell, Ostwind Hoffenberg." Sorry, very sorry. Do you ever have that compelling urge, and you roll with it, and then you somewhat regret it later, and then realize, actually, it can't be that bad. It can't destroy your reputation that much. You have no reputation to be destroyed anyway. So ignoring the past minute, we have a veteran Tiger and a half-track and a quarter-pounder. I'm still freaking hungry. I do believe this quarter-pounder is firing onto this veteran Tiger. It would make a good target. It would make sense if I was the UK. And yes, it is, and it takes off the two guys riding on the back. Unfortunately for them, they got on the wrong Tiger. Could be an interesting movie, that title, Wrong Tiger, starring Sylvester Stallone and Brad Pitt. You know, involving picking the wrong Tiger and then having all sorts of crazy adventures. Not as interesting as the story about the half-track, which charged in and then got taken out by 80 infantry. But that's more of a children's storybook that you tell them at night. It teaches them not to be so reckless with their half-tracks, and the 80 infantry tries to retreat. We've got a lot of advancing infantry from Thompson-Nagant at the moment. That's going to spell trouble for Shooter, who has very little forces in the area. He's got like 3 infantry around that zone. I suppose he's keeping eyes on the area, but for now, his attention, he's actually going to bring reinforcements to that zone. Underground General also seems to be losing control of this left-hand side. It's looking really bad for the Germans at the moment. They're losing their momentum in this battle. Currently, the UK are seizing the initiative. They're at 40 points. They've just got 60 more to go. If they can just hold their ground, it doesn't look like there's much defences for both teams at the moment. That veteran Tiger, since its appearance on the field, has done extremely well so far. It's still alive. It's had to resupply, which means it's got many shots off on the enemy, possibly destroyed a fair few tanks in its lifetime. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with Shooter's control of that veteran Tiger. He's kept that alive, and it's going to stay alive for much longer by the looks of it. Shooter now running into this zone, and we've got one guy hiding behind some mowing equipment, gets grenaded, and even a Volkstrom just sits beside him and is just like, "Hi, my name's Pablo. What's your name? Is your name Pablo? Oh, you're dead. You get grenaded." Well, anyway, crazy stuff going on that right-hand side. Nothing much going on this left-hand side. It seems like a Cromwell charge. It's got completely baked, as if someone shoved it in the oven. Its armor's black as the colour black. Metaphor fail. And oh my, 17-pounder takes out frontal penetration on the veteran Tiger. Oh, that's really bad news for the Germans right now. This Tiger was keeping them in the game, or so I feel. It's now a card they can't draw if any armor comes onto the field or if they need heavy support for their infantry. That's just, well, they're still in the game. It's still 3 zones to 3 at the moment. They only need 19 more points, whereas the UK forces need 51. It's still a long way to go. Trench combat happening again on the left-hand side. Obviously, it will always happen. The trenches are not going to go anywhere. Volksturm hopping into the craters. Good choice from Underground General. It's nice that he has those 2 craters there into the zone. These points are just changing back and forth constantly. Just check the map. Once again, the centre has been neutralised. Only 2 points to the UK now. 3 to the Germans. And a lot of infantry rushing into this zone to neutralise it as well, to keep the points equal. Every point matters to the UK at the moment. Are they going to retreat or they just keep fighting out? It doesn't look like they have the better cover at the moment. They've got a wall facing in the direction of the enemy. They're coming round and moving for a flank. One guy stopped before he enters cover behind that car. He gets hit by a grenade, but unfortunately there's one more soldier behind there. Throws a grenade by himself, and all those trees have been mass murdered. Reinforcements now coming up for Shooter, a Panther on the field, as well as assault infantry. These guys are extremely grouped up, which is bad news. In fact, that was friendly fire. That was from the Panther. Oh no, Shooter. Oh dear, no. That is horrible news, but a grenade's going off over the building. Thompson-Nagant hiding some soldiers. Very good positioning of those troops, actually. He manages to catch out Shooter's infantry out in the open, even though if they advanced any more, they would have been taken out. Thompson-Nagant not taking that zone, and it looks like Underground General, with the assistance of Shooter, pinging that 222, saying, Dude, what are you doing? This could be useful to us right now. Anyway, it seems like Shooter has made a little bit of progress on this right-hand side. He might be able to take this zone back. Interestingly, though, Thompson-Nagant isn't setting down any sandbags or anything like that to take that zone. Could be quite useful at the moment, considering once again it's 3 zones, 2-3, and a 2-2-2 now pulls up on the road. That's definitely going to help take out all the infantry in this zone. Funnily enough, though, the Germans still have this far right-hand point. Thompson-Nagant now moving a squad of 3 in there to take it. Shooter doesn't have anything to resist that, though. I'm sure his infantry from the previous engagement is going to move up, as well as this 2-2-2. To reinforce this zone. They don't want to lose it. It's still theirs. Not ticking up for the UK, but unfortunately Horliken takes out the 2-2-2. Oh, crew injured. Now it's fully destroyed. And we still have an MG covering that middle zone as well. Maybe that's run out of ammo. I've not seen that fire so much. It's quite possible that machine gun has been around for aeons. For those who are watching this game and strangely don't understand it, you know, every infantry, every vehicle, everything requires ammo to fire. If you don't have that ammo, then you cannot fire. It's as simple as that. That's the depth of this RTS game, this incredible game. And believe it or not, this is not a cutscene. This is not like a CGI scene. This is all in-game. Magical, isn't it? It looks fantastic. No time for appraisal, though. We've just found out this machine gunner still has ammo and it's live and kicking. It stopped firing. Shooter! Oh, that was just looked incredible. Shooter noticed it stopped firing. Maybe he thought it had to reload or something. He got that crewman off and fired with his SMG. Unfortunately, that was a really strange and an unusual grenade arc. 2 grenades fired from Volksturm behind the 222. Those guys don't survive that at all. It's infantry freaking chaos right now. We've got a lot of Volksturm on the field. And a lot of infantry from the UK also being supported by a tank in the back. Didn't quite catch what it was. It looked like an AA tank, though. I'm sure we'll find out shortly what it is as soon as it pops into play once again. A lot of infantry flanking on the right-hand side for Thompson-Nagant. He's getting the upper hand here. Shooter having to make do with his Volksturm. He's repositioned them behind the wall. Excellent foresight there on his half. Although he's rather clustered up, he's only got 3 dudes left. Might be a problem. He's going to have to make use of those grenades to repel the enemy's attack. The central zone has been taken. The only units for Shooter and Underground General are there 2 officers in the centre. I don't think that's going to be enough to take the centre. I'm not